Here's a question from Andrew on Twitter. Oi, gosh, I just tried to connect Typeform to Google Spreadsheets via Zapier. Really complicated workflow. I ended up giving up. Well, I thought I would make a video tutorial to show this process from beginning to end. We'll start in Typeform. I've created a simple form, first name, last name, and email. Just 3 fields. And I've also created a Google spreadsheet with the first row being first name, last name, and email. And you don't have to put underscores and you don't have to make them all lowercase. You can really label them in any way that you want. Just make sure that you have the first row, a column for each field in your Typeform. So if you have 5 questions, you'll have 5 columns, each labeled. Now, let's jump into Zapier, make a new Zap, and for the trigger, we will search for Typeform. New entry, connect to an account, and from the drop-down, select the form. This one's called Zapier Demo. And now we need to make sure that we have at least 1 entry created. So I will view the Typeform, and I will fill it out quickly. First name, Reagan. Last name, Star. Email, reaganstar@gmail.com. And submit. And now that we have at least 1 recent entry created, fetch and continue. Test successful, view the entry, and we're seeing that information that I submitted. Click continue. For the action app, search for, let's go Google, there we go, Google Sheets. And we will be creating a spreadsheet row, save and continue, connect to an account. For the spreadsheet, select that. For the worksheet, select sheet 1. And here we go. Now we need to map each of the Typeform fields to the Google Sheet field. Click the Insert a Field icon, scroll down, and for first name, select first name. For email, select email, and for last name, select last name. And if you had 5 fields or 10 fields, you would need to do each one, but we just have 3 here. Click continue, and now it's time to test it. Here's what's going to happen. In our Zapier demo spreadsheet in sheet 1, we're going to create a row with first name Reagan, email of reaganstar@gmail.com, and last name of Star. So that's what we expect. Click create and continue. And now let's look at our spreadsheet, and we are seeing it. And I'm seeing another row here added by Zapier for testing purposes. We'll delete that row. And so we're seeing exactly what we expect. And back to Zapier. We're going to finish. We're going to name it. We'll just call it Typeform to Google Sheets. And I'll put it in my demo folder. And now turn the Zap on. And let's see it in our dashboard. Typeform to Google Sheet is on. Let's submit one more, view my Typeform, and we'll submit some sample data. John Smith at gmail.com. Okay, and submit. And now, if we waited 5 or 15 minutes, this Zap would run automatically. But since we're wanting to test this right away, let's just click Run, triggering on one new Typeform and sent to Google. In Google, we're seeing John Smith at gmail.com. And now this Zap is on and will work for us for every submission of this Typeform form. The hardest part is creating a column heading for each field in your Typeform, and then in Zapier, mapping each Typeform field to the Google spreadsheet column heading. Sounds complicated, not too bad. So hopefully Andrew and anyone else wanting to connect Typeform to Google Sheet will now be able to do so a little bit easier with this video tutorial.